Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the old paper lady. If you're new here, hey, and welcome to you. Hope you feel welcome and stay around. We just share and help each other out as much as we can here on this channel. Most of the time it's people trying to help me keep up with what I've done with stuff. But today is going to be Monday's video. It is Merry Makes. I do hashtag Merry Makes, and we do it all year long, trying to keep our Christmas crafting caught up so that when it gets Christmas time, we're not just overwhelmed with all of the makes and stuff. So we do about 20-30 minute video up until around Christmas time, and then we go full on into Christmas. So we make ephemera, to help us build up our stash. So that's what we're doing today. Now these bases are some tags and journal cards that I took and stamped on last year and just ran them through my scanner and made copies of them. So you can do that yourself. So I did like tag bases, and then I did journal card bases. I just took stamps and stamped on it, took those and ran them through my scanner and just made copies, and I just reprint them. So that's what I'm working here today with. And the fussy cut bits are from North Pole Letter Scrap Pack from My Porch Prints. So that's what I'm working with, some of the fussy cut bits. So we're going to make some journal cards and or tuck spot pocket type situations. And then I've got my tags here. I'm probably just going to pull out some of my stickery fussy cut bits from Temu and something like that, and put on these. Now I have, the big vertical Christmas words labels from the Junk Journal Studio. So I'm probably going to take some of those bigger ones and just put them on here like this. And then when we get to putting them in our journal, I'll put a little bit of lace on the bottom and a topper, just to use up some of these bigger ones, because I don't have a place for them. And I love that right there. I think that's gonna be so pretty. So I think we'll do some of those. Just put the poinsettia here on this. I'm gonna move it down a wee bit. I'm gonna put that on the top. Actually, I like that on that. So that's what I'm doing here today. We'll just do a little quick, easy decorating. And that would be pretty, wouldn't it, to put right here on that spot. And put that on it. I like that. And then, like I say, when we put them in our journal and we go to dress them up, we do the lacy bits and stuff like that. So most of this is non-lacy up bits, pretty much. Here, let's do this poinsettia on that, on the black. I'm gonna put that on there. I like that. Okie dokie. That's pretty to me. I think that'll work. Now, do I have any more of those little? I really need to go through this here, separate it out, because it is quite full of fussy cuts, as you can see. And I have used and used and used and used them. Most of these I've used through last year, and pretty much everything that I've made so far this year. Would you not know, of course, now that I've sat down here, I've got the daggum hiccups. What is it? When I hit record, the hiccups come. I mean, come on now. Looking to see if I had any more. The little owl's cute. I was looking to see if I had any more bows, but I think I'm going to use that. This one here. I think we'll put that on the top of that. I like that. And then these two will just dress up plainish. So I got my stuff laid out, so we just got to put it together. That's about it. So I hope everybody's doing good today. I don't know how my Monday went yet because I hadn't had it. So I shoot this on Sunday evening. I'm in the throes of fussy cutting. We just ate supper, so I took a supper break. I got my purple roses done from Miss Ginger Journals. I got them finished up. So now I got all my purple, pink, red, and yellow rose kits done from her. So, oh, and I got the blues done. There's one more blue and white kit that I got to actually hand cut. So I'm putting it off. I might do it some this week as I sit here at night and work. But yeah, I had done some stamping on some cream cardstock last year, and thought I was going to be smart and just make copies of it and just reprint it. And that's what I do. I got a copy of it on my laptop, and I'll just go on there and just print it out from time to time to have tag bases. And you can do that with any of your stamps. You can make you a so-called stamp master board or what have you. Make you a copy of it and just reprint it. That's going to be pretty neat. So I don't know about how, if you can do something like that and put it as a freebie. That's what I was wanting to do, and I have not figured out how to do none of that stuff yet. Because I was like, you know, some of my stampy bits like this right here where I do tags and journal cards and stuff, you know, you could do that and make it a free printable for people. And I would like to eventually do that. I'm still young at this and still, you know, trying to figure it out. I hadn't really, I don't really do, you know, a whole lot of stuff like that, but I just thought it would be neat to put up a, you know, just a base pages, so I have like base tags and base journal cards with, like, this is just the background of script on it. And then I did music and just stamped all over it. And then cut it up, rounded it, and then I took the pieces that were cut up and fixed and just took them and put them on my scanner board and scanned them in. And I thought that was just the coolest, neatest thing. So, but yeah, if you have a real pretty stamp that you would like to make tags and stuff out of, and instead of having to re-stamp it, just take it and make a copy of it and scan it into your laptop and make you a copy of it, and you'll just have it and be able to print it out all the time. Some quick, easy bases, and you just take your fussy cuts and decorate it up. So I hope everybody's doing pretty good. Fared well through the weekend of storms. Like I said, I'm shooting this Sunday evening. Last night about 1:30, 2 o'clock, we had a storm that come through. It was raining sideways, just like, it wasn't real bad for like thunder and lightning. It was just downpour rain. I think that's going to be pretty. I like these. These are cute. Just something simple and quick and easy. You know, just in there keeping up with making up something once a week to go in your Christmas stash. So if you do like a Roxy's Weekly Challenge and stuff like that, and you always try to do one for your Christmas and stuff, or any other challenges where people are, you know, like they're doing Build Your Stash, or, you know, something like that, along the lines of that. You always try to do one for your Christmas. So then this way, once a week, you can have something that, you know, at least 20, 30 minutes to make up Christmas. Now, had I sat here and stamped these and cut them out, rounded them, and all of that, you know, it would have took me probably the whole hour to do this video today. But that's why I said, you know, once you get you a pattern that you like, make a copy of it and just reprint it and reprint it and reprint it as much as you would like. And then you can cut, you know, and I run mine through the fussy cutter, and it cuts it out really good, the Brother Scan & Cut. I'm going to put that kind of off to the side there, because I think later on I might run me a piece of lace down that, is what I'm thinking. I like that. That's pretty. So yeah, our storm wasn't too bad. I was worried because it was looking like it was going to be, you know, a bunch of lightning and thunder and that. But it was just, by the time it made it to us, where we had so much rain and storms off and on throughout the day, our temperature had got down to, you know, to where it wasn't going to cause the contrast of the light, of the heavy dense air and the light air hitting each other, or the cold and hot air. So our temperature was to a point to where when it came through that it was already cool enough to where it wouldn't, you know, be a bad electrical type storm with all the lightning and thunder and all that mess. But it did put down some rain, boy. I mean, it was, I thought, so like when it first started, the lights blinked, and I was like, oh no, here we go. And it was, the lights blinked because of, like, it was like raining that hard. You know, it wasn't really bad windy or anything. It was just pouring the rain that bad. Now, I kept hearing it, and I was like, is that, what in the world is all this traffic? And it was rain. It sounded like, you know, traffic going up and down the road. I was like, where in the world is all this traffic going at 1:30 at night? It was pouring the rain, that's all, and that's what it was. It was raining that hard. It sounded like trucks going up and down the highway out in front of the house. So I've had a good evening, a good weekend. The Rugrats, when they got done yesterday with the, and this is Saturday evening now still, because I'm shooting it Sunday. So when they got done celebrating their stepmama's birthday, they come back here, sit, and we watched Transylvania #2 with the grandbaby. Was sitting here in the room when everybody was in here, because I got a couple of, you know, chairs, desk chairs and stuff in here on either side of my bed, and the ones at my desk, and so we had plenty of spaces to sit, and the grandbaby was on the bed. So I was doing my fussy cutting, and talking to them. And Jordan, she was cross-stitching. Ty was in the floor working on his podcasty stuff or whatever. And then the grandbaby was on the bed watching the movie, and Autumn was sitting over in the other chair. We were all invested in the movie. So that's what we done yesterday evening. Did that, I think they finally left around, it was right at, I do remember it was before 10 o'clock, because I was like, went out to take Snoop out, and I was like, shoo, it feels like it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning already, because I had been up since like 11 yesterday. And for those that are new, I work second shift, so I normally get up around 12, 12:30, go to work at 2, I work till 10, come home, shoot a video, get it going and uploading, and then I'll work on fussy cutting or inking or something like that while my video's uploading until about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I'll lay it down, watch a few videos, and I wind up falling asleep. And that's usually my schedule through the week. Most of the time, after I fussy cut in the evening time like that, waiting for my video to get uploaded, I'll just work on getting my backlog of fussy cuts caught up. And then I'll wind up laying down about 4 o'clock, turn on videos, and wind up falling asleep by the time before the first one ever gets halfway through it. And that's what happens most of the time. Put this right here. And then I think I'll put a little piece of lace there. Maybe a long word or something. And these here came from, it says the Junk Journal. It was just the word phrases. And they're all long ways. Horizontal. I really was hoping that the Dollar Tree had some more of these boxes. I really like them boxes. I'm quiet so I can pay attention and see where I'm cutting, not cut my fingers off. So I just want that right there. I'm going to put it at an angle. Catty corner it so it takes up a little more room, but not a whole bunch. That is a trick of illusion to fill in a little space, is if you kind of catty corner it, it takes up a little more real estate. I think these will be quite pretty. This is what I'm saying, like I try to keep my, now normally if I wasn't shooting videos and that, I color code everything, and that's the way I like my stuff. Because, you know, I'll scrap or sit down here and start making something, and I'm like, ooh, I want something blue or teal to go with that. So I would pull out blue and teal stuff, you know, and that's how I used to scrapbook. Ooh, that turned out beautiful. I like that. But, you know, when you're doing journal stuff and you have labels and fussy cuts from here and there and the other place that you use all together, you kind of have to keep little baggies of things or boxes of things where it's like a big kit. So then as soon as you pull out something to use it, somebody's going to be like, ooh, where'd you get that from? And so then I'm able to tell you where I got it from. Because at first I was just printing and printing and printing, you know, when I wasn't paying attention to, you know, where it came from or whatever. And then once I started making videos, I was like, you know, I need to be mindful of that and conscious of that, you know, people watch the videos like I do because, you know, they see something on it that's pretty and they want to be like, ooh, where'd she get that from? And I do that. That's what I watch videos for. Just going to put that right down here. I sure do. That's why I watch most of the videos I watch, is because I'll see their project or the paper or, you know, the kit or whatever. I'm like, ooh, where did that come from? You know, or if they say it's a freebie of some sort, I'm like, ooh, how do I get that? You know, and then that's usually how I become a subscriber to most people's channels, is I'll be like, ooh, where did I get that from? And, you know, because you're always hunting for resources, you know. Now, I've thought about doing the tapeology boxes or what have you, but to me that's just a little steep. So I don't know. I'll check back into it. But I think it's just you know, if you could do one box or whatever and not have to be a subscription, or I'm not sure how that works, because I hadn't really checked into it. I just was noticing, you know, looked at some of the pricing on some of them. I was like, I think that's a little high for me. And especially if it wasn't a box that I couldn't pick what went in it. You know what I'm saying? And some of the stuff, I'm like, I would never use that. I have no clue of how to use it, honestly. Now, these can be journal cards, or you can put them in as tucks. So, like, you could glue it on one side, you know, and have it a tuck. That's what I was thinking with them. So, I think I am going to take these and put them in, like, the pocket tuck tuck section. Because I do have quite a bit of journal cards that honestly just need to be inked up for Christmas. And I do have quite a bit of large tags that just need to be inked up and toppers put on them. I do have all of those cut up and ready to go for that. So I'll pull it out and show you real quick. This whole little baggie here of fussy cuts and journal cards came from Girl One Art. It was a Christmas bundle. So that's all the little journal cards and stuff. And if you can see, it's beautiful little Christmas scenes of different kinds and assortments. So I have that. And then, let's see here. Here it is. 51 large Christmas tags from Artsology. So those we just need to ink and put the toppers on, and they're ready to go. And I thought about doing some of those, and I was like, well, that's kind of, you know, a boring video, but, you know, you ink it up, and I'm just going to leave them in the bag until, you know, we get to working on journals. I'll pull it out, whatever I want to use, ink it, and put a topper on it, and that's ready. So those are all ready to go and fussy cut. But those are two good places that you can get real quick tags and journal cards. You really don't got to do nothing else to them besides cut them out. Cut them out and ink them up, and then, you know, put your toppers and stuff on them. And instant beauty. And that way, if you all, and the Artsology was put out this past Christmas, and I'm not sure when Girl One Art kit, that Christmas bundle, and I don't know if she still has it together or not, but it was a Christmas bundle that had like a bunch of papers, a bunch of journal cards and stuff in it. She had like four Christmas kit bundle. So I got the journal cards printed out, but I haven't got the rest of it done yet. Now these here, I've got a kit that has like the, I think it's called Letters to Santa. And it has the Tilly blues and stuff in it. So I thought these would be extra ephemeras to go in that kit. Let me see, it's back here. I do have it ready to go. I'm just going to find it. What I'm going to do with it. Well, shucks, y'all. When you're trying to find something that you talked about, you know. Here it is. So that's why I like these Tilly blues and stuff. I'm trying to make stuff out of those because I know I have this one kit that it will go with. And I was going to do this last year, and I just ran completely out of time to do it. I'll pick it up. Yeah, it's Letters to Santa Junk Journal Kit, 31 journaling pages, Polka Art Studio. And at the time I bought it, it was at 70% off. It was $1.76. And as you can see, that was in November of this past year. But it has just beautiful, beautiful pages in it. And it has, you know, the fronts and backs. I loved it. And so then I went and I found me some kits where like it has, you know, like the postage stamps, stuff like that from My Porch Prints. So I said, well, we can do that and make this kit. And there's the backings. And then it has this. So it's really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. So you can do Christmas florals with it. And that's why I liked it so much. You can do all kinds of things with this kit. So then these were the pages that was in it, like filler pages. And I just printed those to make some tags and stuff with. Basically what I'm going to do with those. But now the ephemera has, you know, it has the blue mail type. See, like that. It has the blue on it. And this is the cover I made for it. I had the cover and everything ready to go. I just got to cover the inside of it. But yeah, this, and see it has like, you know, the blue teal. So I thought those would kind of go with. And that's why I chose to do that, because it has a lot of this type of, you know, the mail stuff with it. So now this front page here, it was meant to be for a journal topper and a journal cover. So I'm thinking I'm going to take this and cut it and then, you know, put it on here like that. And you still have, you know, the postage around it. I think that'd be really pretty. Or we can take it, put it back here in that cover, or put it up. But I think I'm going to do the front because that's what that's meant to be. The journal cover. And then I like this to just take and put here and cover where I didn't cover up the papers. And I think that's what I may do with it. And I'm going to put a side tuck here and here so you can't tell the difference in the paper. So that's my thinkings on that. So that's the cover and all of that for that kit. So then anytime if you see me making any kind of blue, teal, I'm thinking of that kit. So, whoops, I need to put that back in the front of that before I forget where I got it from. And then I'll be confused when I pull it out. So I think maybe in maybe in July, because I'm trying to get, you know, all the fussy cutting done. So I've got like 5 or 6 My Porch Prints kits that I've got to get the fussy cuts for Christmas done. And then I'll try to get some kits put together, you know, like with their fussy cuts, their covers, you know, and all of that, and get them put together. Show you how I come about, and that's why I try to do some of this. I'll show you, you know, like where I'm thinking that I might use it and stuff like that, just to give you, you know, a hint of what you can do with your stuff. So we did this, and then this one, and then this one here, special delivery. Because see, that blue teal will go with that, and then, you know, that will go with that as well. So then we did this one, and when we go to put a topper on it, I'm going to put one of those notches, put a bow on it. And this, we still may put a piece of lace of some sort, Christmas colored lace on that. And that's going to have a notch with a bow. And that one's done pretty much. So I think that's going to be our Merry Makes for today. I just wanted to show you the kit of where, you know, why I was doing, you know, the idea of what I'm making. So I know a little bit of some of the things that I'm wanting to do and get done. So I'll try to pull out bits and pieces that will go with that kit. So then that way when I pull it out, it is, I'm just going to put this in here with the pockets and tuck spots, because I do believe that's what I'm going to use them for. So that's pockets that we've got made up so far. This is tags that we have made up so far. Doing pretty good so far. I do need to make up a bunch more tags and belly bands. I need to make belly bands like a crazy woman for Christmas. But most of those I try to make, you know, out of like kit papers and stuff like that. But we'll get to working on it. We'll just, you know, what is this? May. So we got plenty of time. I say that now, and then when it gets time, I'll be like, oh, I should have did that way back when. But thank y'all for coming along today, and y'all have a good start of your week, and we'll talk to you tomorrow if I don't lose my voice today. Thank y'all.